I'm going to call out something specifically, and it's not something that was in your review. This is something that I saw in defense of your review for people who write it, and it
Sure.
really
Yeah.
bugged me. People were like, "Oh, it makes sense. It's natural to think of Hiroshima and a work made by Japanese people about featuring a bomb city." And it's one of those like listen to yourself moments,
Yeah. Yeah.
right?
For sure.
Where it's just sort of like natural for you, like that is your only frame of reference for this place, this people, this culture. And like you swap out any other atrocity with any other group of people and like, fuck you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's natural for this, Latino man to be evoking colonialism and the conquest of Polygon. And I mean, listen to yourself. We know how Japanese culture evokes that imagery. They were a protected class. There is a very sober and sacred, evocation of these people and what they went through. And I think if we think this is something that is being evoked, I think we would also see that sort of like somber, careful treatment.
In the game.
And yeah, exactly. In the game.
Yes. Yeah.
And I don't think that's there. And so for me, that's not where I would go,
Yeah, fair enough. That's a really interesting way to read it because, yeah, I agree. Like, if we are talking about survivors, it's like this is where you get into like, well, Resident Evil, this is like a tough series to kind of put that into, right? Because of that. And I want to make this clear. Like, I think the game, if we're giving it like an about, is just like very broadly about trauma, right? Like, it's about Grace experiencing it on like this micro scale with like dealing with the loss of her mother. It's about Leon dealing with it on like a larger scale of like, oh, like all these people in this city that I was sworn to protect are kind of like gone. And it's like having two characters face that in very different ways, right? Like fight or flight almost response between them. That's what I would say like the games are actually about. And I think like that's the wider point that I would point to if we were kind of getting into that. But yeah, I agree. I think that like if like the intent is to invoke this, like it's certainly not like terribly respectful if that's a deal. And I think that's a good point to be like, you would think that they would be more respectful about it if that was the case. So yeah, no, I think that's legitimate.